Hello, YouTube. This is Mickey D bringing you another episode, episode 12 of Stationeers. The game's loading up right now. Plan is to get some pressure monitors on the tanks, so we know where we're at. I don't want to run out in the middle of stuff and start setting up for the smelter. And I think we're going to have to do a little bit of rearranging on the base for that. And I've strangely got ores just running across the... Oh, it must have dumped them out of the bin. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Well. Can't have that happen then. Strange. Is that because they must clip through on load? Who knows? Alright, so we've got our gas all set up. Get this stuff open and ready. Just throw it, get in over there. And so I want to put pressure consoles on these. I'm going to need some steel blocks. And hopefully, I don't know if we can put them in the front. I don't think so. Ooh, shadows are doing a little funky thing there. Yeah, we'll have to see if that's going to work or not. I forgot to see how high we can pump those up to. Though they last quite a while, so we're doing pretty good there. Oh, that's right. I put them in the locker now. Steel frames. We're going to need to make some iron frames. If I remember correctly, we're getting really low on steel. I think we still had plenty of... I think we used a bit of iron, but I think we had plenty of it. Yeah, so today's Sunday. It's actually New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's to everybody. Of course, doesn't look like any update today, which I did not expect one, it being New Year's Eve and the weekend. I don't really want to fill that in yet. I don't know. I think we're going to maybe need to get the consoles on there. Do we have any iron take those. We don't need those in there now. Steel sheets, iron sheets. We'll go ahead and put the glass in there as well. I hate using these. Half the time they get knocked over or whatnot. So we'll just dump them out. They are nice. Would be nice too if there was a way to recycle them. I'm pretty sure we can't put them in the recycler since they're basically in the... I should try grinding one down. I've actually never tried that. I don't know what it'll do. Motherboard. I could just go drag them off somewhere. That one obviously does not do anything. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to yeah, that just closes the lid. All right, yeah, that's kind of what I suspected. So yeah, I had a thought on this. I'm thinking push the airlock out one block, and then we can have the pathway going down here into the basically the smeltery. Or I thought about that last night afterwards. I was thinking about doing a stairs up, doing a set of stairs going upstairs. I kind of like leaving the base at one level though. And then if we do that, we're going to run into issues where we're going to be blocking solar panels. And the plan is that we can just keep extending solar panels out if we need to. Right now, we're obviously getting plenty of power. You know, that might change once we've got lights hooked up and the base is pressurized and basically there's stuff running all the time. So, yeah, we'll have to figure that out and see. Yeah, and here's the drawback of not having any lights. So we went electronics, and we have nothing in it. So we want the console. Well, we went gas display. We definitely need gold. I'm guessing everything else is in here. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll do some type of system, you know, kind of like Space Engineers, where you know we can have like a conveyor system, in which I mean we do have a system, but it doesn't really, you know, the machines can't pull on demand. You know, it would be nice to have some type of storage system block that we can hook into them so that it will pull ingots and whatnot as it needs them. You know, but that's you know, probably something will be added later on if they're going to do something. So 153 iron, 115 gold, 240. So we're all right on copper.
Your kid scared the hell out of me.
4, 5, 6. So up to 6. Oh, they don't stack. Oh, that's really annoying. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and make one for each one. They're not really that expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Thank you. Now we need... yeah, console. Probably going to need to make more... consoles. Okay, there we go. Those look like they're pretty quick too. Can we stack these? Yes. Okay, so that's kind of dumb. You can stack the consoles, but you can't stack the circuit boards. I'm sure there's some reason for that. And one more. Oh, we can only stack them to 5. Okay, good to know. At least we can stack them to 5. That's better than not stacking them at all. We could do a pressure readout in front of each one. We're going to need a dual. We're going to need a power on this. How do we want to lay these out? So we can have... all the tanks are the same. So data's all going to come from the same side. I kind of wanted to just put them up here. right above each tank. Though they would be pretty easy just to read them like down here. But that's going to make running cables probably, I mean, we can go data into there and then run a power line in front of them. No, because obviously we can't put them on the tanks themselves. We could probably put a frame around the tank and just put it on the front. We don't actually need to see the tanks themselves. Let's see if we can do that. That's actually not a bad idea. And we can even just not even fill in the frames. Just do one, so we'll still be able to see it. Just basically put it inside a girder. Oh, here we need steel, and we're gonna need should get a fabricator set up one of these days. Okay, we're gonna need steel. Steel frames. So let's actually we'll let those build because we're gonna need more either way. Let's start off with the oxygen. So if we do that, and we do something like this, and we could turn it that way. Oh, we were that low on steel? I guess so. I didn't even realize that. Alright. Oxygen. Oh, sheet of glass. Put the steel back up in here. Sheet of glass. Data disk is in the locker. I'm going to keep walking over there. I know it. Okay, so. We're going to do this as a corner. And we can just do this. And I think this will work out pretty good. And then what we can do is we'll run. The question is will it? Oh, it won't let us do it. Shoot. My thought was to run a power line down across the front of this wall. I guess we'll have to run it one back. We're already on a corner. Good there. Turn that on. Oh. Did I hook that up backwards? Oh, actually I didn't hook up the power cable. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. So, the only thing you can see is the small tank. It's the only thing that's hooked onto it. We want to see pressure. Nope, autosave. And there we go. Now we can see the pressures in the tanks. And I think we just leave them like that. You know, if we wanted to, we could fill them in, but I'd say it's not bad. And then what we can do is we can just keep carrying it on. So this line can just keep running down, and then it'll just snake out and up, similar to that for each tank for the data. And that way we can monitor how much what tool am I missing? Oh, but yeah, the welder. We can monitor how much pressure we've got in there. Relatively easy. And then especially for the oxygen one, if we wanted to, we can tie off of this line and run it down. You know, maybe we'll do a central display somewhere with, you know, what our oxygen reserve is, and what is, you know, like, maybe we'll do a monitor for power. Yeah. And that would probably work pretty good. That way we can just take a quick glance and see if anything's running low. Oh, I should change out my suit battery. Yeah. All right, so and I'm guessing we're out of steel. We could make some more. It is except I have no resources right now. I have to go find volatiles, which is always such a fun trip. Yeah. All right, let's throw all these in here right now so they're just not laying on the floor. We'll leave the ingots there. So we've got 2 steel frames. Two. Yeah, that will not look bad. I'm just gonna leave those there for now. Pick the glass back up. Actually, we'll need the glass here, so we'll just leave it there. All right. And I'm just gonna turn that off right now because save on power. We do have sheets. I'll probably run through and hook up the rest of those off camera. Just because I'm basically going to be doing the exact same thing as I did there. No point in, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you feel. So we can make iron frames, which we're going to need for flooring. Honestly, I should just switch out everything to steel. But we do have a lot of iron. And yeah, it basically ends up being more expensive, but we do have a lot of iron. Some seats. We've got some iron sheets. So my thought is that, yeah, we basically push out the front of the base one block, and then that will give us a hallway between the between the airlock and the room we're going to be used to smelt. And then maybe we'll actually bring the stairs one more forward, and that would actually clear out some room where the gas line's running. Okay, we'll do 12 of those for now. And then what we're going to do is over here, so we'll pull the walls back off of this. And I think we've got some steel laid down there, so I'll have to change those out, which will be good. We can get those back. So that's going to stay as a wall there. And then the room will run, so we'll need to continue that wall. The room will run down this way. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, we gotta go underneath the stairs. How far? We'll get, see, that gives us a 1, 2, 2 by, I mean, we've got everything pretty much over there, so we only really need is, you know, how we're dropping the resources off, if we're doing a bin or whatnot, and then our pipes coming in, which is going to tie into the oxygen up here, and then the exhaust is going to be tied into here, so it can run all the exhaust back through. If we don't get a completely clean burn, it'll recapture any of the gases that we put into it, and then it'll capture the plumes. And like I said, we might end up just venting out the plumes, which would be easy enough just to change this pipe to vent out, and then we can just get rid of that tank. And I still want to put radiators in. Maybe we'll loop up to the, since we can't just come through here now and radiate out, we can probably radiate on the exhaust coming out of the smelter before it comes back in, just because this isn't really generating any heat, so we should be fine there. Oh, and I'm stuck. All right. So we're going to pull that down. We'll probably just reuse that door for now. Yeah, and we're actually going to need more. We're going to need more iron sheets. So we need one more, at least one more frame to finish off that corner. I think we're actually going to need more because I think I accidentally put steel underneath the, and to make some iron sheets, which, yeah, you're going to spit them out like crazy, which we need a ton of them anyway, so we'll just let it run for a minute. We'll come back to a huge pile of them relatively shortly. Because we still have, all the floor in the base only has the one sheet, so it still all needs a second sheet. So however many we've used so far, plus what we're, okay, we're down to less than 50 iron, so I don't want to blow through all the iron on that. Oops. Thank you. Let's see. Oops. There we go. So iron. Oh, that was weird. Looks like because it jumped over to 100% when it was on that side. I could swear I was welding the other one. Okay, so we're good there. Let's we need to grind all this down. Wrench, yes, to pull off the panels that I welded. Which is good. This gives us some steel frames back. And does that tell me, is that it's iron. Okay. Oh, well, that's the ones I just dropped. Steel, 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 steel. Yeah, it looks like pretty sure I made that out of steel. Yeah. So we want this to be iron. Is there a little bit of a iron? No, not that I can tell. What are we gonna use? Probably the wrench on the door. And we're gonna probably use this on the chute. And we'll figure that one out. Okay. Iron, oh, steel. Iron frame. Okay, iron. Iron. Oh, we're going to be making a huge mess. All right. And then we need grinder.
Are you free to talk yet?
And let's steel. Oh, did I not get those ones? Frame. All right, let's check there. Yeah, steel frames. Steel frames. Steel frames. Iron sheets. Steel sheets. Steel sheets. Iron. Oh, steel frame. Steel frame. Okay, that gets us some back. Oh, steel. Steel. Shoots. And oops. I guess I can pull up this wire. Probably need power going somewhere, but no point in leaving little portions not really going anywhere. Okay. So we got steel frame there. And we got the door. Do I really enjoy the game? Yeah, why? Yeah, I always like, you know, this, Stationeer. Well, this is Stationeers, Space Engineers. You know, Minecraft. I like the building and, you know, survival. And, you know, that I'm not locked into building, you know, set size or set. What's, Osiris. I kind of like that, but not as much. Since they kind of just added the, you know, they've added the modular kind of building now. Oh, Astroneer. Yeah, I played that. I do. Why does that not want to build on that side? I have played that. I didn't really get too far into it. You know, again, there's no real like base building. Yeah, you can go and, you know, not like this. You can get your, oh, how do I want to say it? You know, you go gather your research and get your research up and stuff. You know, but it doesn't really, I mean, you have your energy, you have your oxygen, but there's not a huge like survival aspect to it, which I do like as well. You know, I do like that they're gonna, you know, this is, you have your oxygen, you have your temperature, which right now temperature doesn't really play too much in, well, especially since we're not in a pressurized area. But you know, they are gonna be adding the food. You know, not really implemented yet. And I like kind of more of the, I mean, Astroneers is a nice game. And I do like to mess around in it from time to time, but it's not one of those games that I can just, you know, spend hours or days really like playing. And just because it gets to the point where you're like, okay, I've kind of got everything researched, and, you know, do I just go and make, you know, do you just restart? Do you just, you know, iron. Let me see here. Iron. Okay, so we're all back to iron now. And I should have some iron frames probably in the locker. I like the potential of the game a lot. You know, it's still, I mean, I don't even, what is it? Maybe just now hit a month. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are similar to that. Um, they do have a space map. They have Mars. You can actually make spaceships. I don't know how well those are implemented yet. I haven't got that far. Um, and so you have an asteroid field. You have the moon. You have Mars. The asteroid field is basically stuck as creative right now. The moon is stuck as survival. And I think the plan is later on is you'll be able to pick which kind of planet you're going to start on, or if you're going to start in space, and any of them can be survival. And my thought is that you would be able to leave the planet, and, you know, I mean, why would I be able to build spaceship parts if I'm on the moon if I can't go anywhere? You know, I think it's not, they haven't got the different areas tied together yet. You know, just like when Space Engineers, you know, when they added the planets, you couldn't actually, you know, they had to get it implemented so that you could get to the planets. I think the very first iteration of the planets was you were basically on a planet. You know, and then it progressed from there. And I should have iron frames around. did I use them all? I may have used them all. Oh, let me see. So we need 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, basically 4. To develop for this. No, not really. It's completely different game. Seems like that was a different situation. Yeah, he made DZ, I guess, and then from what I understand was his contract expired, and they let him go after the contract expired, and basically he didn't get to work on it anymore. I guess he made like the original mod. I wouldn't say if he actually made the game. And then basically once it was done, his contract was expired, and that was it. They didn't keep him on. He was basically, as far as I know, not allowed to work on it anymore. They've obviously been putting work into this. I don't see him. I think this is a little bit different situation where this is a game being developed by them, from the start. And I can't see them, it's doing well. I don't see it, them just dropping it. Honestly, even if they did drop it, which I don't think is going to happen, it paid what, like 20, 25 for the game, and I've got, I don't know how many hours into it right now. Comparatively speaking, if you went and saw a movie, that's like an hour. Yeah, I've got 76 hours into it right now. So I would say even, which I don't even have a base finished, whatnot. Even if it was dropped like tomorrow, I'd say I've still got my money's worth out of it, just because I still got stuff I can do in it. And, if I end up spending 100 hours in it, I mean, I wouldn't want that to happen, but I wouldn't necessarily be happy about it, but I don't really fear it happening, or, it's just not, it doesn't make good business sense. He'd basically never be able to make another game again if they did that. It's a little bit different than the DayZ situation, or, you get a developer makes a game and it doesn't do well, or whatever, happens. Obviously DayZ did kind of well for, I don't know, I never really got into it. I've just heard all the horror stories about, basically, he left, different team was basically, or the original team, whoever was managing it, and it's basically been a horror story ever since then. And we're gonna need another one right there, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, we are going to have to move the stairs back. So I'm going to need a couple more iron blocks, because this will be our hallway. We need a wall coming up right there. So yeah, two more. And I think we've still got, so we only need one. Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to go on a mining run, make up some more steel. And which I've got some iron, I've got some coal. I don't really want to burn through. I don't want to get down to the point where we basically got nothing. We're down to no steel and 25 iron. So I've still got probably a couple hundred iron there. But I can't turn that into both steel and iron, so probably we'll probably go about another 15 minutes or so on that. I can stop, eat my dinner, and we can maybe I'll go do a mining run, grab some more iron, coal. It would be nice if we can maybe make this stretch. I don't want to throw that down there far enough to. I wanted to pull upstairs. Oh, it is that. Okay. To get the smelter in. that would make it a lot easier, because then we can just, well, I dedicate. I don't. I mean, I can smelt in that. I'm trying not to because I have no cooling on it. So, and I don't really want to put. I guess I can just tear it back off, but I don't really want to put cooling on it just to tear it back off. The UI, I do hope that they do make changes to it. I would also like some type of map or radar as well. I think I mentioned yesterday, it would be nice to be able to have suit upgrades potentially. Maybe have some more storage. Maybe give some expanded capabilities. So maybe we get some ore detection or something. Maybe the batteries last longer, more efficient. I think there's some potential there. Bigger storage. I may have already mentioned that one. And maybe jetpack lasts longer. Who knows? That would be interesting. I'd like to see like add rovers, whatnot. So if I want to go do a mining run or something, I can take a little rover out. Maybe have it have a little bit of have a built-in battery storage for some power, so that maybe I can throw a solar panel on it or something. Only give it a little bit of a way to charge. I could see him do it either way. Either have it have a gas and a fuel and oxygen tank, and it runs that, or have some solar panels on it potentially. Have it be electric. But maybe have it be able to charge batteries. That way you can charge your swap out the battery on your suit, something like that, and then have a little bit of inventory on it. I think the only drawback with that, especially on the moon, is unless it's like what is it, Planet Nomads, unless you got like a winch or something, I could see it, you getting it stuck in a hole very easily. But maybe that's just something to be said about just be careful when you're driving. But yeah, I do believe the UI. I'd like to see more of a like it's looking through your headset or your helmet on your spacesuit, instead of having everything crammed in the corner. And I don't really care about the portrait on my guy, which I know I can turn off, and maybe I will. But I like to see it more, either across the bottom or across the top or something. So it's looking like it's, kind of, my suit is giving me my display for my readouts. I think that would be a little bit more immersive. I would really like to see all this, the whole, give me a mouse click. It's kind of annoying. Let's see. Let me pull that one out. That one. The two different belts. Yeah, that is kind of... I wish it would just dump into the backpack. I do agree. I don't like that there is... you have to swap to a mining belt. You have to swap to the other one. Especially if you want the auto pickup. I mean, just have it dump into your inventory. Have it dump into your suit. That's where, I think you should be able to have your tools, just have you be able to hold your drill and your pickaxe, add more like 2 more slots to the regular tool belt. And then just when you mine, just have it dump whatever into, to the first empty slot it comes from, starting at 2 and down or whatever. I do kind of wish too that there wasn't the slots for you didn't have to have like the tool slot. If it's a slot, it's a slot. Let me put whatever I want in it. I don't really like that either. It I mean, really, if you in real life, if you have a backpack, if you want to put a drill in it, or if you want to put a sandwich or whatever, you can do that. It doesn't, have to be specified as a different type. And let me see, steel frames. We've already put the iron frames down, so we're good there. Steel frames. So we want steel frame, steel frame, steel frame. We need one there, one there. Yeah, go ahead, one there. All right, so, and autosave. Let me guess, is that steel, iron? Ah, steel. All right. And we already welded those in, so we just need to pull out the door. And then move the lines. No, drill. I do really wish, too, that they, let's see, we had power on the inside. And we had the little cove, yeah. Yeah, my other really pet peeve is that you weld the blocks together, yet you use a wrench to pull the panels back off. I would think you would use a grinder to pull the panels back off if you're welding them on. So I don't really understand the reasoning there, but, Okay, let me see. So, I should just stop throwing these all around. No, actually, we still gotta move this back wall forward. One of these days I'll get grates on the floor and that'll make it a lot easier to walk around. But there's not a huge point in doing it yet until yeah, I think we're gonna have to move that panel too. Yeah, I'd say overall though I'm liking the game. I mean, I guess they're gonna be doing, the last few updates have been bug fixes. They're gonna be doing bug fixes for the next few updates, at least I guess. Trying to get some optimization and stability going. I kind of do hope that they get the pressure regulators and valves and whatnot, whether it is due to the tick rate of the game. I hope they do some focus on that. They've been doing a lot of focus on the servers, which is fine. I mean, that's always getting the servers up and running and whatnot's always a good thing. I haven't seen if it's changed or not. When I first started, I usually prefer to play on a server. Have a couple other people around. I played, are they more ores? Yeah. I'm trying to think of what you would really want for more ores, though. I like that you make a lot of alloys. Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to add. I mean, like these tanks over here, they call those a small tank. So obviously there's going to be another, well, I wouldn't say obviously, but you would think that if this is called a small tank, that there's going to be a large tank. We've got uranium. I could see them adding a nuclear reactor in, or, some fusion reactor or something later on as well. I would like to see maybe some upgraded solar panels. So maybe you could build like advanced solar panels. I would like to see some type of distiller or electrolyzer or something, so that we're not using like a furnace if you want to automate your, turning your crystals or, getting your gases really. Even if you had like just an oven that you could pipe into. So basically you drop it in and it's basically evaporating it because the oven's warm. But I would think you would use like an evaporator or something like that. Even if it's just that machine and then it runs out, and have it generate heat. It's going to generate waste heat. Okay, we'll have to get rid of it somewhere. Um, or maybe you need to cool it. I like to see some stuff need cooling. So, um, I mean, there is some cooling, but it'd be nice to maybe see some machines need cooling instead of, you're just cooling down your base. If you have a nuclear reactor, we could run, you could either run, maybe you have to run, a liquid, which maybe they'll just do water, or maybe there'll be some other fluid, that you could run through, or it could just be. I guess what would you do? Because it wouldn't have. I guess you would have to be some type of liquid or something. Yeah, probably just water. All right, where was I on this? Yeah, I think that would be cool. And I could definitely see them adding. I mean, we basically got, your starter generator, for basically your emergency power, or if you need a lot of power at once, and then you've got your solar panels for basically your trickle charge sort of thing. Yeah, I would like to see like some thorium added. You can get some different setups. And I don't know if they're really going to do anything with, there's no like multi-blocks in the game really. I really liked Minecraft with IC2, with being able to lay out the different generators, or fusion reactor or reactors, nuclear reactors get, so basically people come up with a different design, for how much power you're getting output, how efficient it is. It would be nice to see something like that going on, as opposed to just, like the Space Engineers throw down a, nuclear reactor, throw some fuel in it, and you're all set. All right, so it's this block we want to get rid of. Oh, and of course the battery goes dead. All right, so this one we want to get rid of. This one we're going to get rid of. Do we actually need the ones up there now? Probably not. So we don't, and we're not going to need. I would like to see some weather. I mean, I could see on the moon, have like a solar flare, and then you've got radiation hazards or something. I'm on two minds of like having machinery break down, because then you spend like half the game just chasing after machines, and I don't know how I feel about they added the whole like space ant thing. I think that's just kind of dumb, kind of like the wolves in Space Engineers. So I'm not really thrilled about that. All right, we're going to change that. We're going to change that, because we don't need those like that now. And we're going to get rid of that. Oh. Get rid of that. All right, so this is all going to be wall. And that'll probably be our back wall. I think this will probably be decent size. This is basically going to be a little hallway into here. We got steel frames, so we're definitely going to have one there, one there. We've already got one there. And then we'll leave these open so we can do more stuff with them. And I don't know how far we're going to go down. I don't think we're really going to need a huge room. Yeah, it would be. I wouldn't mind having like some asteroids, or meteorites, I should say. That would be another good thing to have. Kind of like how Space Engineers did. Don't have one like occasionally. Don't flood, me with, a ton of them. Again, I don't want to be running around and completely, just you know, I can, if one comes down every now and then, or you get a couple, you know, they do a little bit of damage to the base. That's fine. I don't want to, you know, basically have the whole entire base get obliterated. If, you know, after one storm and I'm spending, you know, basically most of my time fixing the base until the next storm comes. You know, and maybe have some resources in them, you know, occasionally. It doesn't have to be every single one. You know, and maybe some of the rarer resources only come in the asteroids, you know, if they add some. You know, it might be a way to, you know, make them worthwhile. You know, you're getting some benefit from it, you're getting some hazard from it. Okay, I think this is going to work out pretty good here, like this now. And try not to make too huge of a mess while I'm doing that. I probably actually don't need... So probably what I'll do is I'll push this wall back to here, which will work out pretty good because I can move... well, the plan is eventually I'll have... the arc furnace will be gone. I mean, really, the arc furnace is supposed to be just your starter furnace. You're not supposed to... you know, it's just to keep you going. It's like your emergency 3D printer or whatever in Planet Nomads, or a couple other games where you basically just, you know, that's what they give you to start just so you can do stuff. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Or we could just put one block, a couple of blocks here in this corner. You know, move that stuff, put a couple blocks there. Not, because that will let the airlock seal. Or we just move the door forward like I originally was going to, and we have the 2x2 for the airlock. Yeah, I have to think about that. I mean, I don't really mind that setup right now. Do we have any more frames? Oh, they might be outside. Or I may have used them all. I'd like to see some type of like ore detector and stuff too. They don't really have anything for that yet. And I don't know. You know, most of the map is, you know, if you go digging down, you're maybe gonna hit a deposit. You probably won't, but you could literally hit like one deposit on the whole way down to the bottom of the map. So I don't know, increase the density, or at least, you know, when you go lower down, maybe increase the density. It gives you a point to mine, really. I mean, right now you just kind of wander around the surface, you find a deposit, you start mining. You know, maybe that'll, sometimes there's deposits will be bumped up against each other. Yeah, I guess I'm out of, well, there's steel frames. Yeah, I'll have to make iron frames, it looks like. That's right, yeah, because we just made exactly what we needed to finish that off. So we don't need steel, so we're going to have at least a steel frame there, and a steel frame there. Now that would finish off the airlock. Really, the only thing I was going to put in here is like a suit charger, or a suit. I keep saying suit charger, a suit stand. And then I don't actually have to move all that around if I don't. I don't know how I really like the. I don't really like the look of it though. It kind of throws that down there. I'd rather just push that door over one, call it good. It does leave a nice kind of like sleek, you know, I guess as much as boxy can be sleek. Layout to that, and I probably don't need to make too many of those. I mean, we'll definitely use them, but give me that. 23 iron. Yeah, and go ahead and make another stack of it. So that will actually all work up. We could actually change that to a corner block now too. And I did some reading. I did see somebody did post that like the steel blocks will hold more pressure than the iron blocks, which was something I had wondered about. I guess somebody did some testing. So we're going to do an angle block there. Oh, is this, yeah, steel. And one thing I do wish is have the stair angle or the block on this, the angle on this block match the angle on the stairs. It's just going to look horrible. You know, plus you actually have to like raise the whole thing up. You can't have it like be like the stairs are on top. Okay, and yeah, we can go ahead and fill that in. That's going to be a wall. And I don't want to get excessive on the steel blocks because we're basically out of steel right now anyway. So this is going to have to be wall here. Unless I end up just moving the stairs completely, which I could just move them to the other side. I do like them up by the front door, so if we come out, we can run out. Other option is maybe later on as we put an airlock upstairs to get out to the solar panels. You know, but either way, we need a staircase to get up there. Yeah, I kind of do like that. I don't know. I guess it's kind of the same thing. All right, we're going to get frames emptied out. I shouldn't need those for a while anymore. I think we've got... All right, so what did I make the iron blocks for? Because these are all steel. What did I make the iron frames for? I might not even needed them. Steel sheets. All right, so we can go ahead and... So this is all actually good. We're going to need to move all the vents and stuff, which is going to be kind of annoying. I guess we can just move it down this way and come out over here. Yeah, that'll probably work. And let's see here. So we're going to need to weld on that a little bit. I do wish they would change this too. This is kind of annoying that you basically... Oh, we probably actually didn't even need to weld that one yet. So you have to have it welded to get the... and I really hate that you have to use a pry bar to open this. You know, it's a little teeny cover. Just let me open it by hand. Make it a door. Yeah, I hate that. Okay, we are actually going to need to weld that. You have to weld these and put it on that one. So you have to weld these, and then after you weld them, let's pull everything off of here. And I already got the other one. All right. So after you weld these, then you can put your stuff on them. How are we going to run this? We're going to want pipe, I guess, coming through the top. Our APC. Is going to And we have this running before. We had it looping around, didn't we? Where's our power coming in at? Our power coming in should be this line. Which, oh, we'll put the power over here then. So power coming in. Come on, thank you. Actually, we're going to have to drop that because I need a pry bar to open this. There we go. And we need our sensor. We can just put those right side by side. Power and data. And then the pipe. Yep. So now that we've done that, so we can pull the cable off. Which, yeah, let's just drop that. And then, yeah, this is the annoying thing, is I have to have those welded to put the stuff on them. And then I have to deconstruct it so that I can wire the stuff up. Yeah, I find that quite annoying. Okay, so I do like that you can build inside the blocks. I think that is very nice. I will say I do like that aspect of it quite a bit. Alright, so we've got power coming in from here, going to everything. So we want this to be coming from the APC. And I think we need to run up to these two. I'm trying to think if I want to actually just put... I think I'll do that. I think we'll just put everything on that one wall. The battery went dead. Alright, so... yeah. We'll get this all... Let's see, so we want active vent. We're going to want the vent on this side so we don't have to run the pipe as far. And then we're going to want our gas sensor. Guessing over here. Oh, I had... yeah, that would have confused things. Let's see. So gas sensor, yeah, all right, right there, I think. Now, what we're going to want to do is go straight, straight, straight. We can tie into, this should be our input. And then this is going to be our output. And I think what we'll do is we'll do a three-way corner. And we'll do a regular corner. And we can do a junction. There we go. So there's our power coming out, feeding both things. I should kick them on. I should go change my suit battery before I die. Okay. one of these days I'll have base lights and we won't be killing the soup battery all the time. And now we need to come. Let's see how we want to run this. Probably this way will work. And it's not going to be too far back. I might have to run that back one more. Might be alright. Oh no, I think we're going to line up. Alright. So, we need the disk to program. All of our doors are going to be messed up. Ah, there we go. We already had it. And I usually try to keep the, for whatever reason, I like to keep those, down together, since you're always using them together. Alright. So, let's see. Interior set, that's correct. Exterior, yes. Control sensor vent. Very nice. Cycle to interior, cancel pressurization, still. Pressurize, cancel. Okay, cycle to interior, cancel pressurization. Very nice, okay. We're on, we're good there. And we just need to hook up the gas. I'm surprised it doesn't actually, because it doesn't actually detect that you don't have any pressure. You'd think it would detect that the vent's not actually hooked up. Okay, so and I gotta see, I think we actually gotta make some more steel before we can make the furnace. Oh no, that wouldn't make sense. You can't, yeah, it would have to be iron. Because you'd be kind of screwed if you had to, oh, we went one too far, didn't we? Yes. If you had actually had to make, have steel to make the machine that makes the steel. Alright, pull that off. Pull that off. Actually, do I need to? I need to go one back one farther. I'm so glad those don't hurt you when you fall on you. They will knock you back a little bit, though, I do believe. I think I got knocked off of something once when something fell down. Yeah, of course I'm going to be... short. Since, well, it makes sense. We just went farther. But I'm pretty sure we have pipe. I'm pretty sure we have plenty of pipe. We'll take the 20. Okay, so we want to hook. So I'd like to find out if they're going to add any mod support to the game. That would be really nice. I think that, you know, especially in games like this, it's one of the things that, I mean, I think if it wasn't for mods, Space Engineers would not have done near as well as it had. You know, just because with the mods, people are always going to add stuff that the devs don't even think of. and they're gonna add, they're gonna add things that they're gonna think of. They're gonna make it so that the vanilla devices are used in different ways that they never, you know, again thought of, and it just adds usually so much, so much more to the game, so much more content that would never have been there otherwise. And okay, I'm gonna call that good. We're gonna go ahead and leave the airlock off since we're not actually using it. Oh, hang on. Okay, so there, iron sheets and autosave. Thank you. All right, so let's grab the wrench. Oh, I didn't want to toss the wrench. I actually wanted to toss the steel sheet. And grinder to the right block. There we go. Now the question is, do we just go ahead and throw that on top of there? Oh, you know what? Oh, I think we'll just do an angled block there. Very nice. That'll work. And then, yeah, later on we can just pull out this block and we'll just probably push that wall back. And that'll give us a little bit more room over here for storage. I think that'll actually work pretty well. And then we can still put a suit rack over here or anything else we need to maybe store in here and not have it in the way. Should check. I want to see if you can have more than one vent in an airlock, because that only looks for one vent. I don't know if you can have another one or not. That might interfere with the system, I think. Yeah, we're losing a bit of power now, but we did give me the sheets back. All right. Steel sheets, iron sheets, steel frames. Then what happened to all the... Did I leave them outside? Didn't I just make a huge stack of iron frames? I thought it was the iron frames I made a whole bunch of. I'm not seeing them. They're probably right in front of me, though. It's usually the way it goes. Huh. Well, if they're around, if I still got them, they're around here somewhere. Oh. Iron frames. That's what I thought. Yeah, we didn't make a ton of them because we're actually ran out of... 250 iron left, plus whatever's in the machine, 73. Yeah, I'll definitely, before the next... The next episode, which I'll probably do later on tonight, I'll go on a mining run, grab some more iron, grab some more coal. I think we're... Yeah, we got a ton of copper, so probably just iron and coal. Actually, we're probably alright on coal too, so only iron. Probably grab iron and volatiles, just because we still don't have a lot in the systems yet. Wow, we dropped 200. Oh, because yeah, the airlock does try to pressurize it, even though I can't pressurize the room. That's why I powered it off, to make sure it doesn't try to run. Yeah, so every time I tried to cycle this, it was basically trying to pump air out. And also I had to fill that tank, that line, now that that line's longer. Um, yeah, so that's not too bad. We got this all relayed out. Um, we'll probably want to make this. No, I'm looking. Well, no, we've got a 2 by 4 by 2 room to put the furnace in, and really maybe we'll just set the furnace back here somewhere, and then that'll still leave room that we can have a door on here, have some temperature control, and we can run the pipes out, tie into our oxygen and our volatiles. We'll bring both of those in. That should be oxygen volatiles, so we can bring both of those in with a gas mixer, and then we can vent out. We'll bring the pipe back over this way, tie in here, probably on this side, and then we'll put a back pressure regulator. So this pressure regulator will try to pull everything out. Well, we've got a back pressure regulator, but it's set to 0.